So, Speak No Evil is a psychological thriller that's also the remake of a Danish film that came out back in 2022, which it's kind of a recent film, so a remake just 2 years after the original film. It's kind of insane, but anyways, this version of Speak No Evil has a great cast that includes the likes of James McAvoy, Mackenzie Davis, not to mention as well Scoot McNairy and Aisling Franciosi. Seriously, a wickedly good cast here. We follow a couple portrayed by Scoot McNairy and Mackenzie Davis, who, while they're on vacation, they meet this other couple portrayed by James McAvoy and also Aisling Franciosi, and they seem to be getting along very, very well, and the couple portrayed by James McAvoy and Aisling Franciosi say, hey, why don't you come visit our home for a week and we'll have a great time, in which the other couple says, yeah, let's do it. So as you can imagine, the family goes to visit this family's home and what they expect to be a dream vacation for a dream weekend ends up turning to be, well, an absolute friggin' nightmare. Before I continue on with today's video, I just wanted to say, welcome to my channel, everybody. For those of you who are coming back to my channel for the very first time, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a future video, whether it's a feature review, reaction, top 5, or whatever I have coming your way, and join me on my journey to 10K subscribers and beyond, because believe me when I say this, guys, you are not going to want to miss the cool shit I have coming your way. And for those of you who are coming back to my channel, welcome back, everybody. You have no idea how happy I'm to see your faces once again. Alrighty, guys, so let's get into Speak No Evil.
Excellent!
This was a movie that every time I saw the trailers, or really any bit of footage for that matter, it was a movie that just didn't grab my attention, and plus, every time I saw a trailer for this movie, I felt like that I had seen the entire film already a billion times over. Even though the trailers didn't really quite grab me, the cast of this movie was essentially the reason why I saw it. I mean, come on, guys, look at the cast here. You have James McAvoy, you have Mackenzie Davis, Scoot McNairy, Aisling Franciosi. I mean, all four of these people are amazing performers, especially, I mean, I'm not like trying to single on anybody, but especially James Flarkin McAvoy, for God's sake. I mean, it's James McAvoy. I'm not going to pass up that opportunity one bit. And by the way, for those of you wondering, no, I have not seen the 2022 version, although I have heard great things about that movie, and I do know from what people have told me that the ending of that movie is completely different than this movie's ending, so maybe at some point, who knows, maybe I'll check out the 2022 version, and plus the fact that I keep hearing that more than half of that film, or actually 3/4 of the movie's dialogue, is actually English, so who knows, maybe I'll check it out, but for the time being, this is what I'm going to be seeing here, and I gotta tell you guys, I actually had a pretty good time with this movie. Some issues and some frustrations, absolutely yes, but for the majority of the time, I had a good time with this movie, specifically for the reason of, well, you'll hear that momentarily. Every performance in this movie is terrific. From James McAvoy, Mackenzie Davis, Scoot McNairy, Aisling Franciosi, the little kid who plays the little boy who can't speak. Considering this character who has no dialogue and has to act via his body language and the emotions that he can act with, that little kid I thought was great, and I want to see that kid in more stuff. There is a scene where admittedly I clapped. Like, he has a scene-stealing scene in this movie. This movie really is the James McAvoy show. I mean, James McAvoy in this movie plays such a demented, crazy lunatic, and you can just tell right off the bat that he is having the time of his life playing this. I mean, creepy is kind of an understatement with this character, but man, you can tell that James McAvoy is just living and eating up every single scene like a kid in a candy store. I cannot believe that James McAvoy, I mean, as far as I can recall, has never been nominated for an Oscar. He deserves an Oscar nomination at some point in his life. A brilliant actor, to say the least. Speak No Evil is also a very tense movie. I mean, seriously, guys. From the moments that a scooter ride takes place in this movie. This is a movie that just constantly puts you on the edge of your seat, with admittedly some leaps of faith taken, absolutely, but still nonetheless. I was glued to that screen watching these two couples, specifically of what James McAvoy was doing in his actions in this movie as the movie was playing along, and admittedly guys, I was on the edge of my seat going like, is this dude about to snap or something? Because he's really got me on the edge right now. Oh my god. Speak No Evil is also very, and I mean very unsettling. There are so many bits where this movie just not only makes you feel very, very tense, but you're just being like, oh my, okay, There were a couple of scenes this movie where it legitimately just made me feel not only so uneasy, but many times where I was just going like, I'm not feeling okay right now. But you know, this movie is doing a good job of keeping me just sucked in and immersed in what's going on at that particular moment. I apologize in advance if you guys have seen the second trailer to which, don't watch it. Again, do not watch the second trailer. The third act of this movie is, it's a lot of fun. Like, it's a lot of fun. The third act of this movie is full of not only some really satisfying things, I mean, satisfying to say the least, but some truly just out of nowhere, off the wall black comedy. I mean, don't get me wrong to you guys, this movie throughout has some really good black comedy, but there are some sequences in the third act that had me laughing hysterically. Like, there was some really good comedy in that third act.
Well, that's just fucking great!
With that being said, let's get into my issues. The main issue that I have with this movie, I'm just gonna go on to the big guy first. Oh god. Really quick in advance, I want to apologize if I come off ranting, because believe me guys, I had a good time with this movie, but I cannot shake this issue off, and that is this. The character portrayed by Scoot McNairy, which I want to say once again, Scoot McNairy is great in this movie. He is a terrific actor, and matter of fact, he's one of the best out there, and I love everything that Scoot McNairy does because he is a brilliant actor. But that freaking character, man, oh my god, how stupid can somebody be in situations like this? There are so many bits when either A, Scoot McNairy's character doesn't either speak up and defend his wife, and B, he should have just said something like, hey dude, the fuck are you doing around here? There are sequences in this movie where he is even with his family, and he legitimately seems like he doesn't want to be with his family anymore. You actually want at certain times for James McAvoy to just shoot him in the head point blank with a shotgun, just watch his head just go bursting and flying everywhere. As great of an actor as he is, and as good as he is in this movie, don't get me wrong, but oh my god, the stupidity of him, guys. There were so many times in this movie where I was just thinking essentially this in my head.
What are you, a fucking idiot?
How could you be so fucking stupid? What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
I thought the couple and the strangers chapter 1 were among the dumbest people I've seen in a horror film. Scoot McNairy's character in this movie might be just with them. I could spend so much longer just being like, oh, what are you doing? For another couple of minutes, but I'm not gonna do that because I value your time more than you guys will ever believe. So let's move on before I just complain nonstop about how just moronic and how stupid this guy was. At a certain point in Speak No Evil, this movie turns into a pretty conventional drama thriller. I mean, it plays out pretty much the way you might expect it to, as there's really no real surprises in this movie, minus a couple of things happen in this movie. One particular thing, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, really did catch me off guard, and it had me going like, holy crap, okay. That was good right there. This movie at times can be, it's pretty freaking predictable. I mean, like I mentioned to you guys earlier, minus a couple of some actual really big surprises in this movie, there's really no certain bit in this movie where it goes the way you want to think it would go. This movie, in terms of predictability, pretty much goes the way you think it's gonna go, at least the majority of the time of this movie's runtime.
And here we go.
So overall, Speak No Evil is nuts. While this movie is quite conventional and it has some very predictable moments. At the same time, however, this movie has lots of tension, it's unsettling, and it has an insanely great performance from James McAvoy. All in all, I'm gonna give Speak No Evil a 3 out of 5. It's a movie that I would say go in just wanting a great James McAvoy performance, because if you do just that, you'll have a great time. I hope you enjoyed my review of Speak No Evil. If so, please hit the like button, or if you dislike the review, hit the dislike button. If you guys want to see my previous 2 reviews, please click the right there or right there. And of course, until my next review or video goes live, I will see you all next time.